Alright guys, since I did Wolverine, I figured I might as well cover Sabretooth, Wolverine's Arch-Nemesis. This is in the same wave as the brown suit Wolverine, if memory serves. So series 6 or 5, I can't remember which it is. But this is the only really good Sabretooth we got. There was the face-off version, but I don't really care for that one as much. And there are a couple problems with this guy, but I'll cover those in the review. One thing I want to point out, if it looks like this guy's dusty, he's not. What it is, a lot of the Sabretooth figures, and I don't know why, I've had a few of them, and they all do this. I don't know if it's the plastic or the paint, but something's outgassing or the minerals are leaching out. I don't know, but he gets this like gray powdery stuff on him, which does wipe off, but then it just comes back. So kind of like some of the Hot Toys figures that have oil coming out of them. It's the same type of thing here with Sabretooth. I don't know what it is, but it is there. Alright, first thing I want to cover is the articulation. The head is on a regular neck disc with the rotation at the top. It's very limited though due to the fur. Shoulder has the regular ball joint built in there, plus it has that Iceman Daredevil style, whatever you call that joint. It's really loose though. It has been on all the ones I've ever had. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbow with this weird thick part in the middle, which Toy Biz was using in the beginning. Don't care for that too much. It extends the arms and it doesn't look natural, but it is there. The articulation's there. Wrist rotation, thumb pivot, wrist pivot, index finger pivot, and the other fingers pivot as well. So lots of articulation there. This is the same body that was used for the Sinister Six Venom. I'm not sure which figure came first. I'm going to bet it was Sabretooth because of the spikes on the elbows, but I could be wrong. He has the ab crunch built in there, which is actually one of the better ones because it has a great range of movement and it doesn't look particularly bad in either of the fullest positions. So pretty good there. Here's a belly button. I don't like that. I don't know why they keep putting belly buttons on figures. They don't need to be there. Waist twist, ball jointed hips. Regular motion there, the good kind where you just go forward and back if you want to, and then in and out. So that's nice. The lines do line up pretty well too. Double jointed knees. The knees tend to be loose on this figure, especially for a relatively large figure. He measures just over 7 inches tall, so he's pretty big, and he's got really loose knee joints usually. Shin pivot or swivel, regular ankle pivot, which is also usually loose on these guys. Toe pivot. And then an ankle rocker. But all of the leg joints are pretty loose except for the hips, so it's kind of tricky to stand him up sometimes in dynamic poses, but you can probably get it done. Let's talk about the sculpt. The face is great. The only Sabretooth face sculpt that I've seen better than this is the one on the Select figure, the Marvel Select. It's a really nice head sculpt on that, but this one is really good as well. And the paint's not bad. It's got nice shading throughout the hair. The eyes are painted well, the teeth are painted well, the tongue's glossy. A lot of good details going on with the face. Having trouble getting it into focus. Hopefully you can see. And then the hair is shaded nicely as well. So pretty good. The mane around his neck is sculpted pretty well. It's not nearly as big as I'd like it to have been. And it's really gray on top. I don't know if that's just mine. I don't think so. I think my other ones were like that too. But it's pretty gray, so I would have liked that to be a little bit more this color throughout. And like I said, I wish it was a lot bigger and puffier because he was like that in the cartoon. Which brings me to my next point. He's pretty narrow across the chest, front to back and side to side. He's pretty flat this way and narrow this way. So I really would have liked to see him bulk up a little bit for the toy. Like my custom, I used that XMC Venom base. I think that shape is much more accurate for Sabretooth, make him really nice and big. But this one's not bad. This is the same base they used for Omega Red, as a matter of fact. I don't think it got used anywhere else, but I'm not sure. Anyway, the paint app is good. The brown stripes are pretty nice and solid. There's not too much bleeding anywhere. The little diamond or triangle shapes on the legs are fairly solid. They're a little bit runny here and there, but not too bad. The toes, pretty solid again. The arms, not nearly as nice as the rest. There's a lot of run and overspray type of painting, so it doesn't look the best there. The back, for some reason, has black lines to border the brown. I don't know why. Doesn't look bad, but It's the only place it's there, so I don't get why they did that. Not something that's too big of a deal though. So the knees and the elbows both have that extra piece of plastic in there, and it doesn't look good in my opinion. The knee should just be basically the kneecap plus the parts that go into the legs. You don't need that extra piece. I guess they did that to make it more sturdy, but I don't know. I don't think it's necessary. If it wasn't for the loose joints, you could get this guy in some really nice poses. He's got tons of articulation, and they're not too hindered by the sculpt. And obviously Sabretooth would benefit from being able to stand a little bit better without falling over so easily. But it's not bad. So I definitely recommend you pick this up. It's the only good version. The face-off version, in my opinion, isn't nearly as nice. It's doesn't want to stand. It's a lot smaller than this guy, and it's not based on the Jim Lee style, so I don't care for it nearly as much. But this one's really nice, so pick this up if you can. I think he's going for pretty cheap anymore on eBay, and as long as you can find the right pose, it's not too big of a problem. So this is the Sabretooth. Great addition to the collection, especially if you have Wolverine in your collection. They make for some nice posing. So I do recommend it. So thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for the rest of the reviews, and in the meantime, keep collecting.